we're playing some Esper Control now. This is Jonathan Rossum 75. He did very well at the SCG event for this deck. I'm really excited. Cast some Teferis. Cast some Search for Azcantas, just like good clean magic. This has to be fine. Good mana. Got a sweeper on 4. Got a counter spell if they're on something that doesn't play lots of creatures. Field of Ruin can go find ourselves the second swamp. Basic Mountain is not something we can find a second swamp against. Never mind, we're great. So, probably not Syncopating here. Probably just hoping to cast a big Ritual of Soot. I imagine Syncopate is mostly going to be reserved for Phoenix, Risk Factor, and Frenzy. Maybe I played out the field there, but I'd be kind of surprised if they actually play anything I want to field. Representing Sabotage has like tiny bit of value. So they have no more 1-mana burn spells in hand, otherwise they'd have pumped the Lava Runner in their last turn. I'm assuming they have a bunch of like Chain Oilers, maybe? Nope. Just nothing. Interesting. I'm gonna hold up Syncopate again. I'm a bit worried about taking more damage off this Lava Runner, but Teferi, Azcanta, and other cards, that's what the control decks have always been, right? Just the case all along. Yep. I'm gonna go to 9, which sucks. I am very scared about them resolving a Frenzy next turn if I tap out for this Ritual of Soot. But I probably still have to do it, realistically. Can't afford to take 6. And we just like cross our fingers that they don't have Frenzy. If they do, we have to draw Teferi. That isn't an that's not a good card. That isn't Experimental Frenzy. What are you doing? Where's your Frenzy? We have drawn 0 spells so far this game. Ooh, I need to update the layout, huh? This is like slightly off. Drawing a spell would be great. Spells are overrated anyway. I'd like to disagree with that. Flame is pretty embarrassing compared to Frenzy. Agreed. Most cards are pretty embarrassing compared to Frenzy if we're being completely honest. But Flame especially. Well, this is a scary turn. Could definitely die here, even with 2 Syncopates in hand. Yep. Like, what am I meant to do? What am I meant to do? I can't just take 4 off this, can I? If I want to counter it, it has to be X equals 5, right? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. I probably just have to let this resolve. Not great for us because we're going to take 4 off the trigger because of the Flame of Keld, but I don't think I can actually counter that. That is also accurate. Flame is embarrassing compared to most Magic cards. Not quite on time. Do I have to Ritual this? – Ritual, hope my Syncopate does something. The thing is, if they had any burn spells, they'd have cast them in their turn, right? Because of the flame. I guess they figure Risk Frenzy is lethal regardless of when they do it. That is very reasonable. Well, it's exiled. We need them to have stone nothing, but 1, 2. Yeah, that was kind of close. We're about to untap land Teferi. If we'd had like 2 more life, we might have got there. If we'd had like 1 more spell early on, that would probably have made the difference, honestly. Right, Vona is awesome. Invoke the Divine's good just because Frenzy is so terrifying. Moment of Craving is awesome, as are these Fungals. So we want all this stuff in. Chromium seems like the hottest of garbage. Disdainful Stroke. So I do need answers to Frenzy, but I've got these 2 invokes now, and the Stroke seems pretty bad in general, so I'm going to take it out. I think we want the Syncopates because of risk factor. I can probably cut a draw 2. Just because it's kind of expensive and slow. I almost wonder if I can cut a Ritual of Soot. Ritual of Soots were like decent that game, but we're boarding in more cheap removal. And Ritual of Soot's like awkward because it makes you tap out against frenzies and such. Oh, that's true. Can shoot flame just to gain life, yeah. That is very reasonable. What else are we cutting? Like, I feel like I've trimmed all the obvious stuff. Maybe we just cut more rituals. The rituals are kind of nice, but we've got so much cheap removal now. Maybe I cut a cancel. Need to cut 1 more card. I do think having to tap out for this is like the tiniest bit awkward. Fungal Infection is like close to a Ritual of Soot a lot of the time. It's like one of these, I think. I think I'm going to take out another Ritual. I'm not 100% on that, but it seems fine. See how this plays. I mean, this hand's a bit awkward, but we've got the Infection, which is going to buy us a bunch of time. Obviously, hand is a bit awkward because of tap land situation and 4-drop situation, but I think we'll be fine here. Alright, let's just get this out of the way before they can put counters on it. Obviously they can chain wall this, but don't think we care. I'm just gonna hold this back. They have haste creatures. Getting in for 1, like, will literally never matter in this matchup. It's not how we're ever winning the game. Alright, our hand is awesome now. I think I'm planning on trying to spend this turn drawing 2, maybe? Depending on what they do. Depending on if they, like, force us to do something different. If they attack with the Lava Runner, I'm just snapping off a chump, I think, before they can draw a Chain Weller. I'm pretty happy to have used this Fungal Infection as killer Steamkin game 1. I think that is entirely reasonable. What? That's so aggressive. What the hell? Oh, Magic's great. I want to hit my land drops here. Feeling pretty safe. Just gonna draw 2. Okay, that's a magic card. This Glacial Fortress currently comes in tapped. I don't really want to shock myself off the Watery Grave. I think I'm just going to put this in tapped for now. Can cast Vona in a couple turns once you've like dealt with their critters. Alright. So I can either be mana efficient and use a Contempt, or I can use a Moment of Craving just because it lines up well. I'll also just take 1, I've got the Ritual Soot in my hand. Whatever, gives us more info. Maybe they cast the Phoenix we want to Contempt. Sure. Maybe we even end up ritualing. I think I'm just going to ritual these. This is a bit scary if they Slam Frenzy, but I don't really want to cast my Vona on the turn that the Flame of Keld's going to crack, is the problem. It's also awkward because we're ritualing, we're not gaining life off our kill spells. Just like also not ideal. Alright, Dak. I feel suitably punished. I'm just gonna do this. This is fine. If they don't draw a risk factor soon, I think we're in a pretty nice position. It's like specifically risk factor that terrifies me right now. Teferi. I want to gain life first. I'm gonna land my Vona before I land my Teferi. My Vona is my real win condition. Hey, Altarian. Blasting cannons. I am glad I'm not even sure Vona's exiling the cannons. Yes, now we have the Sabotage we can go ahead and exile it, because then we get to go Teferi, hold up Sabotage. Oh, cool. Hope you enjoy it, Altarian. Alright. So now we get to hold up Sabotage, and they can't realistically Banefire us in time because this is going to gain us 4 life next turn. So I think this works out pretty nicely. I think I'm just going to counter that. I can like minus Teferi on it though. Save my counter spell, just draw 2 here. Realistically I can't probably lose regardless of what I do, if we're being completely honest. If we're being completely honest, probably just can't lose. Yeah, Vona is sick. Johnny. I'm honestly surprised no one figured out to put Vona and Esper before. It's like such a good shout. I guess it was worse against the black-red decks. Because the black-red decks had unlicensed disintegration, which they leave in for your Gearhawks. So maybe Vona was worse for that reason. It's Oracles of Cut. Yeah, I guess it was also bad due to Cut as well. That's a good point. Although, it's not clear that Black-Red's even meant to leave in Cut against the Esper decks. I think Cut is like a bit awkward. But unlicensed disintegration was like definitely a real problem for this card. Well, we won the game on the play. Now we get the joy of being on the draw. I almost wonder if I just don't want the Azcanta here. I just want another Ritual of Soot, especially on the draw. This is reasonable. It's also possible with me bringing in Vonas that I meant to trim onto Teferis. I'm not like 100% on that either. Well, this hand is a mulligan. Sure, I guess I keep. Vraska's Contempt is a good card, but I think I have to bottom, look for something to do before turn 4. Sadly. It leaves us like at risk of flooding. Bottoming a spell when we're keeping a 4-land hand, but I just feel like I need to find something cheap to do. Syncopate qualifies. Syncopate's a nice draw. Have I tested the Is It deck from the PTQ? I have not. It looks sweet though. I do want to give it a try. Would definitely agree that it looks cool. Like, I just haven't tried many of like the controlling decks or the blue decks in general yet. It's a big part of what I want to do over the next couple of days. Am I going to try the Jesco Aces Gateway? Maybe. That deck doesn't look very good, if I'm being completely honest. But I wouldn't be opposed to trying it. Why did they not attack with Firebrand? Don't understand. Doesn't play around Fungal at all. Or like not meaningfully. My opponent's draws in these post-board games have not seemed very strong. Apologies about the noise outside. Oh my god. Well, I'm 100% just ritualing here, right? And then I got Contempt for the follow-up threat. I feel like they've got a lot of burn in hand. Just my one worry. Alright, am I Teferi minusing? Or Teferi plussing? This transforming is legitimately a big problem at the moment. I feel like Teferi minus is likely to just eat a burn spell, but even that's like a 2-for-1, buys me time. If they're casting a burn spell, they aren't landing a replacement blasting cannons. Then we get to untap and have like Syncopate up. This works out nicely. Chain Weller is the one annoying thing, but he didn't have it. Right. I mean, we can counter the blasting cannons. It's actually a question of whether I meant to Syncopate or Sabotage. Because Syncopate's about to become very awkward pretty soon. Except that it counters risk factor cleanly. Which Sabotage cannot do. So I'm pretty unsure. Like if they have another land in hand, it becomes very hard to actually counter anything with this. The fact that this makes risk factor better is unfortunate, but I think I'm going to do it. So many draw twos. I think I just have to pass the turn here. I could be greedy and try and draw two into a land drop to hold up Sabotage, but there are loads of ways that goes badly for me. I think I just have to play this pretty conservatively this turn. Alright, Steamkin doesn't do anything. So I got this Contempt. Lightning Strikes at deal 5. Puts me to 7. Then I exile the Steamkin and go up to 9. I kind of want to get a 4 mana card out of my hand, rather than a 3 mana card. So I think I'm letting this resolve. I'm just contempting the Steamkin. If we draw our land, I'll Insight. I guess I can still wait on the Insight. There's no need to do it now. But I'm going to be doing it anyway. Makes sense. Alright. Lets me know what my options are better, because now I can like scatter a Phoenix and save the Sabotage for something actually scary. I think I'm interested in scattering that. They can't cast the enchantment, the 4 mana enchantment. They only have the 3 mana. They cast a risk factor, which is annoying, but I'm just going to do this. The 2 damage is actually pretty relevant. We have drawn a lot of insights. We've drawn all 3 of them. I guess it's pretty safe to fire one off here though, even if they risk factor, I don't really care. I'm still going to be able to hold up plenty of interaction, even if I draw 2 here, because of the untapped mana of Teferi. If need be, we can Contempt our own Teferi to gain 2 life. It's like not ideal, but there's an option. Is this the double risk factor turn? Would put us to 1. Just wondering if I meant to fire off another insight here. This is the thing. I guess going to 1 is fine. We're gonna have Sabotage in hand to protect us. It's like then only Banefire that gets us. Going to 1 is kind of fine. Whatever, I'm just gonna untap. Play it safe. It's like very hard for us to actually lose from here, as long as we play things super safe. Discard a Fungal Infection. Alright. Lots of Teferis. I mean, if they ever cast a creature, they probably lose. So that's nice. Cool. 1 and 0. Teferi confirmed. Better than all. What's the best creature deck so far? Good question. Depends what we're defining as creature deck. I quite like the black-green decks. I think the black-green decks are reasonable. And they're pretty mid-rangey. I think green-white is, yeah, I think green-white is a very good deck. I think it suffers from being pretty easy to take advantage of. Like, if you know green-white's gonna be good, you just play a bunch of sweepers, right? And then suddenly their deck is so much worse. I think the Boros Mythics deck is not bad. The one with, like, the pile of angels. This is very much the fairy guest starring Autumn. Oh my god. Alright. This is the greediest keep. I'm about this life, though. I am about this life. Alright. This card's looking pretty good right now. Am I going to be signing Knight of Autumns? I am. I've had loads of people say to me that they want me to sign their knights. So I'm pretty excited about that. Where's in the yard? We just need a black source for this ritual, right? It's like what we need this game. Hit black source for ritual, me are probably just big favourites. I'm not going to be there, Chester. I am going to be at GP Atlanta on that day. I would really love to be there. I've not been to a Mega Modern in a while. This has like always clashed with something for me. I really love going to them. I am sure I'll be at like another Axion event at some point. Well, gonna dump that one in the yard. Gonna hit the Watery Grave like a professional. Yeah, the knights seem solid. I agree. This card is pretty busted against black-green decks. I guess I'm just firing off this Ritual. I'm going to take 2 off the Grave, which is not great. They're protecting the wrong knight, though. I wonder if protecting this is just a mistake. I know this is good better against Teferi, but we're playing mainly black removal, right? Maybe they thought we were blue-white, actually. I guess we didn't have a swamp at that point. They probably just thought we were blue-white. It's reasonable. Yeah. Exactly, Cambo, you're correct. I was being silly. It's reasonable to assume we're on blue-white, especially with our... Yeah, I think you might be right, Lassie. I think that might have worked out better for us. That might have actually just been a mistake on my part, honestly. Just like Contempt the Knight, and then the Ritual still does the same thing. I think you're probably correct about that. Now we're in like a pretty awkward state against these tokens. Whereas otherwise we'd still have the Ritual here. They'd only have like the 1 token left from this. Honestly, don't know how we win this game. If I'm being completely honest. I'm like kind of forced to Contempt this turn. But then I still go to back down to 6. In a really soft position to the History Ultimate. Need like a Moment of Craving or something next turn. So sorry about the background noise today. It's not going to be like this all stream. Probably only for the next hour or so. I'm trying to mute my side whenever it gets bad. But this is pretty good for them. This is a knight. I think we have to cast Teferi to have any chance. That is reasonable, just to dig for another Ritual. Yeah. So be it a Moment of Craving, I got 8, but I still die. So I guess I'm dead. This matchup feels weirdly tough. Ritual of Soot seems like it should be insane against them, except they have so many creatures. Now they're going to have Duress as post-board too. I definitely want Invokes, because they're going to have enchantments removal. Like Tribunal. They might have Sorcerer Spyglass too. Invoking a History of Benalia is not exciting, but I think it's something I'll happily do if I have to. Don't know about the 4th moment. It doesn't hit. Knight of Grace is the problem, and like Moment of Craving on the Reaper's pretty sad too. Don't know how I feel about Profane Procession. Chromium seems kind of bad. Yeah, I think most lines would have lost there, but I do agree with Lassie, we should have Contempted the Knight instead of Ritualing. Would have given us a better shot. I need to cut 1 more card. Hey Alex. Don't know what the final cut is. I don't feel like I can cut any of this stuff. I need enough card advantage to go toe-to-toe with them. Like, obviously the insights are kind of mopey, but they're going to have a bunch of answers for Teferi and Duresses and stuff, which make the insights pretty nice. I'm going to need Syncopates just because History of Benalia is so scary on turn 3. You just ultimate Teferi and then cry, because yeah, that's a fair point, Alex. Maybe we can't have Teferi as the only win con. Also, how awkward is it that Profane Procession hits neither of the opposing knights? I don't know, I'm just gonna hope people concede. Just gonna hope people concede. If they don't, it's gonna be really awkward. Just click like a mad person. It's what I usually do, right? It's what I usually do. This hand is fine, I guess. Got a Syncopate for their first play. Some stuff to fight through Duresses, if they have a lot of those. Those are famous strats indeed. Ooh, is this the awkward, only isolated Chapels hand from our opponent? Syncopating this would be really aggressive. Let it resolve. I'm going to save the Syncopate for a history. Or something a bit more threatening. Might end up regretting this. Maybe I just want to hold open my Invoke / Syncopate for 2. Getting the Shot Clan down tapped is like kind of appealing though. Yeah, this was my fear. Now they have a pretty fast clock, like 4 turns, basically. Oh. Exclamation mark lucky. Hunt hasn't occurred. Oh my god. That is ridiculous, lassie. That is truly silly. Valiant, mate. Guess we have to counter that one. I guess I'm bringing that cast down back in. I didn't realise they were playing this card. Now we get their black permanent out of play, so that this is just a 2/2. Suddenly we have way more time. Nothing too good, please. Yeah, I regret not having this many cast downs in my deck. Hey, Charlie. Chemister's Insight confirmed great. I guess they don't have City's Blessing. Huh. Them not having City's Blessing is some kind of relief. What am I doing here? Probably just have to pass the turn and hold my mana up to, like, at least represent some stuff. Like, I could try and Insight now in case I draw Search for Azcanta, which I then get to play. I'm just going to pass the turn though. Like, holding up that little mana seems risky. Double Moment the 2/4, that might end up happening. That's not the end of the world, to be honest. It, like, cancels out a Chemister's Insight. Okay, this is not a Vampire Knight. Cool. Just checking. Just checking. Do I want to do this now? Try and hit an Essence Scatter. Ritual of Soot's so weirdly bad right now. 5, 6, 7, 8. Alright. Gonna have to start Moment of Craving some garbage, but... Perfect. Mono 4-drops. Yeah, that's how you beat the control deck. Just put a pile of 4-drops in your deck, so you don't lose to Ritual of Soot. Oh gosh. Gosh, gosh, gosh. Huh. Teferi doesn't actually do much here. Does he? I guess he soaks up damage. I guess that's fine. I guess I'm pretty interested in just soaking up some damage. Like, now we can double moment one of their creatures. They have to take time attacking Teferi, which keeps our life total high. Which one are we killing? I think we're just killing the Valiant Knight. The Twilight Prophet doesn't really do very much. Quite yet. We have a little time to try and remove it. Kill it now so they don't double strike. I'm wondering about that. How scared am I even of the double strike? We're not playing Settle. I guess we can represent Settle though. That's also legit. We're at 8. We're about to gain 4 though. Why does someone seem to be trying to knock your house down? Hopefully the noise isn't that garbage. They're doing a bunch of works on this building. They typically only do it until about like 1 PM or a little after then. Because they try and stop before... I assume they try and stop before like parents and kids get home. But... Is it? We kill this game 4 on 12. This is free power, double strike, so 6, 7, 8. It's just 8, right? Why is it lethal? Twilight Prophet is not a knight. Yeah, I'm planning on killing the knight. I don't really care about the Twilight Prophet that much at the moment. They aren't actually near ascending yet. Awesome. So, this is great for us. They're playing around Settle. And now, if I go to kill their Valiant Knight, and they want to kill Teferi, they have to use the double strike, which takes up their whole turn. Yeah, this has worked out. Waiting has just worked out incredibly for us. Now we get to keep Teferi in play. Eight is in fact less than 12. The sickest math knowledge in the world. No. Shrug. Don't know that I meant to do this yet. I might just play Island, say go. Like, I don't know what the correct timing on this is. So I'm just going to be holding up Sabotage in their turn. Island Go is the most powerful turn in Magic. Guess this is fine. This makes us less vulnerable to a Duress, kinda. Because Duress would just take the Sabotage. Knight of Malice. I don't feel like I care about that. But I also feel like I have to insight now to find out if I do care about it secretly. I feel like the answer is I don't care about it, but we shall find out. Opponents. You have no responses. Come on. If I never pass priority, I can never get 2 for 1. The correct approach to Magic. Maybe we do care about this. I don't think I can actually counter this. I'm gonna get another draw too. I'm likely to find a removal spell. Or a ritual. I've still got 3 rituals in my deck. I can't actually afford to counter this. And then if they snap my History of Benalia, I just like in a terrible position. These are all creatures that die to Soot. I think I'm just going to hope to draw a Ritual of Soot. I think that is my best chance here. I want the Scry, you think? Maybe. So I'm going to take 5, go to 7. Then if I draw, say, a Contempt, I Contempt the Knight of Malice, go up to 9. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. So that's basically a Time Walk. Hey, Hobart. Maybe I do just counter this. I only have 1 card left in hand anyway. I think this makes my life a tiny bit easier. I only have the 1 card left. Awesome. So that kills the Knight of Malice. We should have basically a Time Walk counter on the stream. That counter would get a lot of use. That is a phrase I say some amount of the time, for sure. Alright, let's do this now, in case I find Azcanta. Huh. Do I just want to fire off another Teferi as like a gain 5? I think I do. Like, it buys me enough time to, like, take advantage of this Chemister's Insight, right? We have 2 Teferis left in the deck anyway, so we're kind of okay. How about those Selesnya tokens? Yeah, the Selesnya tokens decks are sweet. I really like them. I think I've played that on stream a few times now. I've always enjoyed it. So they're going to try and kill us, or going to try and kill Teferi. That's the other thing. Like, they might not even go after Teferi, in which case tapping of Teferi is great, so I'm told. So I am reliably informed. Yeah. Awesome. Well, I would like to not die. So I'm going to do this. Not dying confirmed, great. How do they ever get City's Blessing for Twilight Prophet? That's what I'm wondering. Oh, so we still need to not die next turn. I guess I can tuck the Twilight Prophet if need be. I think the Turbo Fog deck's fine. I've had decent results with it. We're just trying out other stuff at the moment. I mean, Nexus of Fate, that's basically a Time Walk. Oh my god. I'm gonna attack this thing. Actually, this deals more damage, huh? It's also easier to answer. Kind of. We got Cast Downs and Vraska's Contempts versus Ritual of Soot. Oh, there's no black permanent if we get rid of this. You're correct. And this costs more mana to recast. Not actually sure which is easier to answer. It might actually be the Twilight Prophet, weirdly. That's actually amazing for us. It means we get to gain 4. It's actually kind of great for us. It also means they're not killing our Teferi. Like, no, they killed our Teferi anyway! Damn it, opponent. Why do you have to be smart? Why do you have to do the right play? Alright, get rid of this. That was basically 2 Time Walks. Right? That was basically 2 Time Walks. Just like gain 4. Ooh, you don't say. Excellent question. This is our last Teferi, yes. This is in fact the last Teferi. Scary times. We do not have any other win cons in the deck currently. We have a Chromium, but I've ordered it out. So, I would be lying if I said I'm not a bit nervous right now. Graveyard, transform. Activate Azcanta. Grab this counterspell. I have to kill this thing soon. Each attack they get on Teferi is like slowing down my clock by like 2 turns. It's actually reasonably annoying. Yeah, we need to ult Teferi and get it back to 4. Jeez. I don't know if we can even do that in time. So I guess once I find a Ritual of Soot, I just have to stop activating Azcanta. I don't even know that I want to take this. I think the answer is I don't actually want to take that. But I do need to fire off this to find a Ritual. Thank God. Somewhat fine. I need to do the maths on this situation. So we need to get Teferi up to 8, which is 5 turns. Then we have another 4 turns to get him back up to 4. So it's 9 turns, and then we need to ultimate, so that's 10 turns. Not in that exact order, obviously, but so that means we can just basically never draw cards again, outside of Teferi pluses. Well, those are things I can answer very easily. Yeah, we're drawing 19 cards naturally. So I should just, like, try to never activate this Azcanta. If I can help it. I'm really wishing I still had that Invoke the Divine. Yeah, I need to play fast. You're right, Alex. I should be focusing on playing pretty fast here. For sure. This is game 2. Yep, it's very fair for them to play it out, agreed. Alright, next time we get the ultimate. I think the math checks out. We'll see. We will see. Right, next turn we start tucking every turn. Whoops. Did not mean to do that. Oh well. Wasted precious seconds. Let this be a lesson about boarding out Chromium, huh? Let this be a lesson about boarding out Chromium. Apparently. I should probably Contempt this, rather than Scatter. Don't think we're gonna win this, honestly. If we're being completely honest with ourselves, we're probably not gonna win this. Game 3 is going to be rough. You are correct. Slide into Esper beatdown. Oh my god. We did lose game 1, this is correct. Currently taking about 5 seconds per turn, and I've got like 23 turns to take. I don't know how many minutes that is. I think that's like a couple minutes. If someone could do the maths for me on 5 seconds per turn and 22 turns. That's about 2 minutes, okay. Cool. This is not relaxing. I wanted a nice, relaxing Teferi stream. This is not what I signed up for. I don't know. Excellent question. Yeah, this Teferi's not doing anything, Alex. It's not drawing us cards, it's not tucking opponents' things. Should just have surveilled it away. Just clearly a waste of cardboard. It's more like 6 seconds per turn, unfortunately. By the looks of things. This is game 2, we lost game 1. Unfortunately. Unfortunately, we lost game 1. Catching up slightly on clock. Things that don't entirely matter. I don't think the opponent's ever timing out with their, like, right-click attack all deck. Auto tap would be heckin' nice, not gonna lie. Thanks, Marcus. I think this is my first time ever trying to win via decking with Teferi on stream. Normally people concede. They just, like, assume you have some other way to win. And they can't be bothered to, like, sit around for ages. Yeah. Another way to win does not sound terrible right about now. Agreed. We are on the tucking plan, yes. We also have a game 3 to play after this, Marcus. Which, you know, not ideal. What a well-designed Magic card Teferi is. What perfect design. Thanks, Alex. Appreciate you. Teferi is great when you control a dragon. I can believe that. I can believe that. Alright. Final turn. Kinda. Got 4 minutes. We've got 4 minutes. I guess we're bringing in these Vonas. Want to buy Thief of Sanity, agree. I'm gonna take out some Teferis. Eldest Reborn does... Is it suspend 2 creature? I feel like it gets back a Knight of Malice and you feel sad. Alright, I guess we're doing this. Vona beatdown is real, yo. Can out Syncopate on the draw. Kinda scared of History of Dominaria is the thing. I think I'd bring in Profane Procession if not like for all 8 of their knights having protection. I think that makes history, like, makes Profane Procession not quite good enough, even though it is a win con. We do need lands, but I also need, you know, spells. Well, I'm not going to 5. So this hand is obviously bad. Now it's really good. Now it is considerably better. We've kept way worse. Often and enthusiastically. Sure. Resolves. Please no Duress. Please just don't have Duress. Incoming Duress into History of Dominaria. Alright. Well, you know what? I'll take it, I guess. Take the 2 for 1. Yeah, Eldest Reborn's pretty good against Knight of Malice. You're not wrong about that. Are they gonna Vraska's Contempt us into Oblivion? Or Immortal Sun? Please, Immortal Sun. Damn. That's a problem. Now less of a problem. I mean, kind of stable right now. Incoming Vraska's Contempt. Yep. Give me a win condition, please. Yeah, I'm going to start holding lands for Chromium. Agreed. Chemister's Insight, etc. Fuck everything. That is a very good magic card. Alright, well, we have a problem here. I'm just going to take this. Alright, now I have the scatter, I think I'm contempting it. So I can answer their next threat anyway. Damn. That's so strong. History Benalia is so problematic for us. Yeah, now we die. Gross. Very dead. I mean, we kept a 5-lander, right? It's not unreasonable that we end up with lots of lands when we keep a 5-lander on 6. We have 27 lands in the deck. That was a sad end. I worked hard to get to that game 3. Yeah, 5-land, 5-drop is a rough keep, for sure. I kind of have to with this deck, but... Anyway, we've learnt our lesson about boarding out to just having Teferis as win cons. We have learnt our lesson. Did we draw? I don't think we drew a single insight that game either, which was probably what was like really rough. We just never got like the wheels spinning. No searches, no insights. This is a bit awkward on the draw, but I'm gonna keep. Can't really mulligan this. Obviously it would be great on the play. On the draw I'm nervous about getting run over by like creatures sneaking underneath this counter magic. Mono Teferi confirmed risky. Never mind, less scared now. They've cast a Llanowar Elf. However shall we win? I really don't want to have to counter this. I guess just resolving. If I scatter the follow-ups, then it just like stays a 1-1, right? Yeah, this is great. Rewarded. Sick. No creatures pre-combat is interesting. With the Pout Collector in play. Alright, well they're missing land drops, so it's kind of tempting to kill the elf instead of the pelt. Yeah, I think I like killing the elf, I agree, Ty. Pelt's not even growing for a little while anyway. With our like scatter on our sabotage. I should have played the Field of Ruin there. In case they play a target for it. It's not too relevant though, there aren't that many targets in Standard. Yeah, exactly, Ty. I agree completely. Basically a Stone Rain, which is basically a Time Walk. I'm gonna Teferi plus. They likely have Tribunal in hand, which is sad, but we still get like a clean 2 for 1 and dig a bit deeper towards our next card draw thing. So I think it's fine. And if they don't have Tribunal, it's obviously amazing for us. What the... Oh... Well, this is max punishment. We have a Chromium. We can still win this. We beat it with Chromium. We beat it with Chromium. And search for Azcanta. And... getting fairly lucky. I'm sure you have a Power Collector. You have a 1-1. Enjoy your 1-1, friend. We can discard future Teferis, indeed. Like, I'm not saying this is going to be the easiest game in the world, but it is hypothetically winnable. It is within the realms of winnable. This really sucks having to counter this, but I don't want the Pelt Collectors growing quite yet. So I don't think I can afford to Contempt it. Like, spending a cancel on a dumb 5-4 is really heartbreaking, but I just don't think I can afford to let these get pumped. Yeah, that's the problem. The old Disenchants had Cycling, which removed a lot of the downside of having Disenchants in your main deck. Because, like, you could always just get rid of them. Whereas, not having Cycling makes things a lot rougher. Yeah, we lost Commit too. We lost Consign Oblivion. We still have Blink of an Eye, which is reasonable. Like, Blink of an Eye is a perfectly fine answer to that sort of stuff. Yeah, I wouldn't mind that either, Ty, for sure. I'm gonna Contempt one of these. I don't think I'm gonna do both, because it makes Ritual such a worse draw. Well, we could draw a land. Oh, where are our insights? And our search for Azcantas. Hi, Imogen. Good afternoon. Alright, I'm just going to take this. We've got Ritual of Soot in the deck. Moment of Craving, etc. That's kind of a good one, except I feel like it's just going to get bindinged. You'd love to run a ramp deck. Ramp seems sweet. For sure. I know Todd Stevens was trying out our ramp deck. Yeah, we'd be in the same situation against Tribunal. That is true. But that's partially just because we've drawn like pretty badly after the binding, right? I'm gonna take this again. It's like one more turn. Just because I really want Ritual Set to be a good draw. Oh my god. So now we can only win with Chromium. Like, if people start playing Esper, Ixalan's Binding is an absurd magic card. Like, this is definitely a downside to playing Esper if people start playing this card. Wondering about cleansing Nova, I know, right? Yeah. Need them to have no removal. Need them to have no more Vivians, no more Ixalan's Bindings. We are technically not dead. We're technically not dead. We could very easily be dead, but for the time being, resolves. Oh my god. What's happening? Pass the turn. Hey, Charlie. You should sacrifice that opponent. I think you should sacrifice that one. Yeah, I don't think I care about Unmoored Ego so much. Because that's a sideboard card and you like can sideboard in extra threats, but Ixalan's Binding is a magic card. Also, we are probably now dead. If my opponent feels brave. Resolves. The Gouter is probably going to make them feel brave. Yeah. Why does it have Trample? Oh, does it get Trample when it has 3 counters on it? Do I just not know what this card does? Huh. Sick. Yeah, I just didn't know that was a thing. That's really sweet. Right. I have a lot of cards we want, geez. Just like have a whole sideboard to bring in. I'm gonna take out a Teferi against Ixalan's Binding. Wonder why it just doesn't have regular Trample. 1/1s of Trample look pretty weird, I guess, but it is strange. Yeah, like, Fungal seems good as well for those reasons, but I just don't know how we ever fit in all these cards. Is the problem. I feel like we need Vonas. Maybe we don't need Vonas. Vona's very good against Ixalan's Binding, but we have the Invokes post board. Oh my god. Good point, Ty. Yeah, you might be right. Eldest Reborn might just suck. Pick up 3 cards. The anti-control tech. Vona's the anti-red tech. How to deal with Tyrant. I have no idea how we ever deal with Tyrant. I guess we can bring in Eldest Reborn for Tyrant, but I just never feel like that's actually going to line up. I have no idea. This deck feels kind of bad. It feels like really vulnerable. Anti-Tyrant deck is to flip Profane Procession and spit a Gouter out of it. Oh my god. I think I meant to keep this. We hit a third land and this hand's like very good. Nice. You don't know if you should join Jeskai or not? I'm gonna try out some Jeskai later, I think. I feel like Cleansing Nova solves a lot of issues. Cleansing Nova is just like a great card. I mean, Cleansing Nova is very underrated in general. Yeah, Deafening Clarion seems very, very strong as well. A lot of the time, Deafening Clarion is like basically the same as Ritual of Soot, but for 1 less mana. Yeah, kills Vine Mare as well, which Ritual of Soot doesn't. Opponent does not want to lose to Teferis, do they? Opponent is fed up of Teferi. Yeah, most of the sweepers do whiff on Vine Mare. That is very true. Go get our second black source here. Right. Pelt Collector is going to be a free. You don't blame them. Teferi's wonderful shade. Don't insult Teferi. Only bad people insult Teferi. We are a Teferi fan club around here. Around these here parts. Alright, you got some work to do, friend. You got some work to do. Reset the Pelt Collector. Make them redraw it. Why is Vona on the uprise? Because Vona kills nonsense like this. Vona is... so you can't play Lyra in these Esper decks. Because double white is too hard to assemble consistently with the mana base. So you're forced to play Vona instead. And like a 4-4 lifelink is basically the same as a 5-5 lifelink against red. Except this also kills Experimental Frenzy, if need be, which is kind of nice. That is a Vine Mare. And I'm okay with that. Get to swing for 4 here. Sweet versus lots of removal. Lots of people bored out there. Creature removal against you though. The removal that hits this is mostly going to hit Teferi too. Oh, this is really surprising. I am genuinely quite surprised by this block. Now we just get Teferi back, and they can't attack him down. That was a good Vona. A+ Vona. Also, spells. Can we draw spells? Please. I'm desperate here. just Give me a draw 2. Draw 2 would be great. I want to tuck the Vivian Reed, but I probably just have to plus because of the Pelt Collector. Because otherwise they play like a 5-4 and Pelt Collector's able to kill Teferi. I want spells. Spells are so good. They got a F1 Lieutenant, sure. Yeah. Specifically, I want a Ritual of Soot. That would be great. You're glad they aren't. I am also glad they aren't Carnage Tyranting. I am quite relieved they aren't Carnage Tyranting. Oh my god. Arrgh. Oh. Alright. I just like one game, I want to draw Chemister's Insight, you know? Just one game. Now we probably can't ever win. So we need to Ritual Soot their board, but we also need to Contempt the Vivian. I think we're just running bad, Charlie. I think you need like 26 to 27 lands. Back when I was playing Esper last season, I always ran 26, but that was with Hieroglyphic Illumination in my deck. Like 2 copies of Hieroglyphic Illumination, which really help you hit your land drops. The first Nationals I won, John Avon, was at Marcus, so there. Confirmed not true. Playing around Settle the Wreckage, I like it. Yeah, that's what I meant. The cycling really helps you hit your land drops. We actually can't win this game. They're gonna like let's just move on with our lives here. This is not the best showing for Esper, huh? I don't feel like I've been playing it that badly. We've been getting slaughtered though. Have I messed around with Grixis Dragons? I have not. I want to play some Niv Mizzets though. Niv Mizzet is a heck of a magic card. I think that card is very strong. Exclamation mark, moving on with our lives. We do that a lot here. Oh my god. Jeez. I mean, we do move on with our lives a lot here. What matchup is Vona for? The main matchup that Vona is intended for is the mono red matchup, because you cannot consistently cast Lyra with this mana base, and Vona's basically as good. Vona's arguably better because it gets rid of Experimental Frenzy too. First, guess I'm keeping this. Also kills Phoenix. Yeah, it kills Phoenix too, which is nice. Yeah, the activated ability is just upside. You're mainly just playing it as a massive lifelinker, like what you play Lyra as. Jam a blue Memorial in the mana base. Maybe. Memorials are better in blue-white. They're like a bit awkward in free color decks because you have the check lands, but honestly I think we've just been getting a bit unfortunate and not drawing Chemister's Insight very much. I think Chemister's Insight like solves a lot of the problems we've been having. Because like once you've drawn one insight, it's like you've drawn two insights, right? Do I think Blood Baron of this? Oh my god. Blood Baron is a pretty messed up Magic card. Can confirm. As someone who played Mono Black for a year, Blood Baron is a pretty messed up Magic card. Goblin Chainwhirler, that's a free-free. How do we ever beat a free-free? I don't think we can beat a free-free. Is my suspicion. That's a good one. Just gonna keep holding open Moment of Craving rather than getting down my Shockland here. Yeah, we might be double Moment of Craving a Chainwhirler pretty soon. It's not like the dream, but I think I just have to ditch that. I just want answers to the board. Oh my god, this deck is so bad. We have some double Moment of Craving. Alright, well, gonna die if I don't do this. Yep, they immediately slam a target for Moment of Craving. Cool, cool. Oh wow, this is a great one. Alright, now we can maybe win a game. Now we're doing something. Yeah, this is great. That is less great. So if I don't kill the war boss, they get a token. If I kill the Chainwhirler, I maybe keep Teferi around. I kind of want to kill the Chainwhirler. Just to keep Teferi around. And then we like just look for a Wrath at some point. Yeah, I agree, Mexican. Kill Chainwhirler, dig for Soot. Seems like the plan. Teferi's gonna soak up a bunch of damage whilst we do that. What's my opinion on Deadweight versus Fungal? I think in this deck I prefer Fungal. Just because you want to play at instant speed all the time. You get like 2-for-1s off it a fair amount too. Wow, that's an absurd draw. We might actually be in with a chance here. Honestly. This deck does not seem great, Cambo. Yeah, Fungal sweet against Steamkin, that is true. Does this feel better than Jeskai? We haven't played Jeskai yet. So, unsure. I've not been terribly impressed with this deck yet, if I'm being completely honest with you, but... Wait, they're conceding? Alright. I'm cool with that. Things I'm okay with include... I felt like I play the Is It deck next. I kind of want to try out that deck at some point. If Dokomoy shows up at some point, I'm going to be playing Dokomoy's donation deck though. That's a good quote, Marcus. Yeah, Esper seems better than Jeskai against the red decks, for sure. I would agree with you on that. Do I ever want Fungals here? I think I'm not going to bring them in until we see more of their deck, but I fully expect to end up regretting that. Yeah, Esper seems very good against the red deck, I would agree with that. The way Esper is built at the moment seems like awesome against the red deck. So it's weird, right? Because I'm actually going to keep this. We've got a Black Source and we have Ritual on 4. Ritual just seems so good against their deck. I want to keep this, I think. Even though this seems like a really sketchy hand. Awesome. Yeah, the 4th Soot doesn't sound bad to me. We've been wanting to draw Soot so often. This card is just like so good. I don't think it has to be main deck necessarily. I think you could just have the 4th Soot in the side. But a 4th Soot in the 75 seems very reasonable based on how often we're like desperately wanting to draw it. Oh, Pyromancer means they're playing Frenzies. I guess I should have brought in Invoke the Divine. I'm really silly. I didn't think about this card. About Frenzy. Yeah, not having invokes could be really awkward. Honestly, the mana base hasn't felt that bad. The mana base has been, like, pretty okay so far. Alright, just fire this off. Take our 2-for-1. Kind of a 2-for-1, they got like a rummage out of this, but kind of a 2-for-1. Frenzy. Oh. That's strong. That is very strong. What are thoughts on Frenzy? Frenzy is an absurd magic card. Frenzy is very, very good. Frenzy is one of the very best cards in Standard. Honestly. It's kind of a good draw, except we're going to lose to this Gideon ally of Zendikar over here. Like, I have to Ritual of Soot here, otherwise I die. Do I think Frenzy will get banned? I highly doubt that. I would be very, very surprised if Frenzy gets banned. I think Frenzy is an excellent Magic card. It's going to see a lot of play, but I don't think the red decks are too good. I think the red decks are like very good, but fine. Oh my god. And we're just like instantly looking for the third and final ritual. That kills Hawatli. Don't know that that's good enough. It's not a great shade. It is not great sometimes. 2, 4, 5, 8, 9, 10. I mean, we have to Vraska's the Hawatli and just hope they don't have a red spell. They don't have a red spell. They can only put us to 1, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. It's a lot of wishful thinking on my part. But I guess it's the line. Siege Gang is kind of great, huh? Like, it forces you to have Ritual of Soot and then they still just have a Siege Gang in play. And that is very lethal. Okay. That was abrupt. I guess the Vonas seem kind of disgusting here. I'm pretty happy to have those in the deck right now. Do I want some Invokes? Like, I'm very scared of Frenzy, but they didn't play any artifacts or enchantments in the last 2 games. We have Vona, Teferi to answer Frenzy if needed. Should Jeskai just play Hawatli? Hawatli's basically Gideon. That's a generous description, but it's a very generous description. The Urahon. I don't know what the Urahon is. Sorry, Smug. Might not be reading correctly. Well, he feels a lot more like Xenagos. That's fair. I was just thinking generic Planeswalker that makes tokens, but turns out that zeroing to make tokens is strong. Just like, have a Bitter Blossom in play. Hey, a blue source, this hand's fine. I have 26 lands left in my deck, out of like 54 cards. Probably like 60% to hit. Yep. Oh my gosh, I don't think we're going to be playing much Esper on stream. Sorry to say. I am not enjoying this deck. This feels like there are so many things you can't answer. That's the problem. I'm gonna let them keep the Steamkin. I need to get like some 2-for-1s here to be in this game. Realistically. Yeah. So I'm gonna take 2. There is the option of killing the Chain Whirler so that I can Insight next turn. I think that is not terrible. Or killing the Steamkin so I can Insight next turn, it's like kind of the same. I think this is reasonable. I get to spend this turn Inciting and just Ritual next turn. That's true, leaving the Steamkin could mean they overcommit, for sure. I need them to not have Huatli or Siege Gang. If they have either of those, we are pretty dead, but otherwise we're kind of clawing our way back. I just have to sit here, right? I could pass, Insight again, next turn I get to Ritual with Essence Scatter back up. You like pass? I think I do too. I think I agree. Hey Mike. Such an unusual special guest for us to have while we're dead. We are 100% dead. Cool. Good to know. Huatli's been so impressive these games. This deck has not been performing well. Is the honest answer. Yeah, Huatli won last game too. Huatli did a lot of work last game. For sure. You don't like the discard of the land, that's fair. We could have discarded a Scatter instead. That is fair, Ty. I feel like casting this Ritual of Soot's kind of accepting defeat. How do we ever beat a Huatli if we don't have a Vraska's Contempt? Is the problem. Just like Bitter Blossom for free freeze. How are things going? Things are going okay, Rook. Except for this deck. This deck is not going okay. Like, guess I'm countering this. We have to draw a Contempt for Huatli next turn, right? Yeah, Sadist Scatter. Just hope to draw Contempt, then Contempt plus Moment of Craving maybe gets us back in the game. I guess I have to Moment this. What are we even drawing to now? We have to draw a Ritual of Soot, but we'll be on 2. So we're just always dead to the dinosaur token. Watley's showing who's the real Planeswalker. Oh my god. I believe that is correct, Ty, yes. And we have to have them have no relevant magic cards at all. Big asks. Apparently, opponent only has the one Huatli in their list. And just drew it both of the games. Yeah. You don't have to play blue-white at Liverpool. You poor person, blue-white's great. Why would you not want to play blue-white? Wow, this deck was horrendous. I have no idea how people are winning with Esper. This felt so bad. It just felt so vulnerable. I felt like there were so many things you lose to. Like, the whole league, we were sat there, like, terrified of Ixalan's Binding, or Carnage Tyrant, or any number of things. Just, like, not having Torrential Gearhawk means you can't overpower anything. Oh. Yeah, even when I was winning, I didn't feel that much in control, I agree. I agree. Like, you just sit there and hope your, like, Howling Mine is good enough. I don't know. I just miss Torrential Gearhawk. I think Torrential Gearhawk was a large part of the reason why Esper was good. Like, I always thought Torrential Gearhawk was just, like, better than Teferi, even, in the context of that deck. Indeed, Mike. But, like, how do you fit more answers in? You don't have, like, enough answers for everything as it is. Or, like, just barely. Yeah, I'm kind of off this. Switch to blue-red. I'm really tempted to play some Turbo Fog. I'm not gonna lie. I'm not sure I can cope with playing a control deck without Gearhawk 2 leagues in a row. Yeah, all the black removals, like, cheap, but really specific, like Cast Down and Moment of Craving were both awkward at times for us. There was a fog list in the Harayuya top 8. I did not realize that, Ty. Wow. It's a pretty good special guest. Give a little hug. I try my hardest. Alright, we're playing some Turbo Fog.